Now that you got some idea about third-party module, here we are going to use some of them. Here I'm going to come and say npm install, and we are going to install MySQL module. So what's MySQL? MySQL is a powerful module of Node.js, which enable you to communicate with the MySQL database, which is really amazing using JavaScript. But I'm not going to install it because I have already that. And you just type this command here and press enter. If you have a good connection, you will install it. It will be installed for you. So to use it, I told you that that is the Node.mon module that a few different with other modules. Here we can use other modules like we did with other modules. So I'm going to say MySQL assign it to the require. You see that I'm going to pass the require method here, and this require, actually this is require, and here we're going to pass the MySQL only. So now that we pass here, we can use this. So in this tutorial, we just wanted to connect with the MySQL database. So I'm going to come here and declare a variable, call it con, and assign it to the MySQL. And if you wanted to connect to the MySQL database, we have a method called create connection. So I'm going to say create connection. And in this create connection, we have to define an object. And in this object, we have something. You have to pass the host name, which our host name here is a local host, because we are not online, we are working with the local host, and in this case we pass the local host here. And after that, you have to define the username here, and the username here is the root. And after that, we have to define the password. So I'm going to say password, and I assign the password to nothing here. Now we have the need things to connect to the database. To connect that, we have another method here called connection. Connect. So in this connect, we have a callback function. So I'm going to say a function, and this function only get one parameter. And in this parameter, we're going to check if there was an error. Then we're going to normally through the error. So else, what we're going to do here, we just simply say console.log, and in the console.log, we just want to say connected. And so now if I save it and run this application, we are not going to use Node.mon because it's just a few lines of comment. So I'm going to say node index.js, our file name is index.js, and here we get connected because we are connected to the database. So but I forgot to tell you that you have to install WAMP server for connecting to the database. So I'm going to say WAMP, and this is the WAMP. If you didn't have it in your computer, you have to install it, and whenever you click on it's going to start it for you. And I have already connected. Here it asks you to do you want to allow, and just press on a yes, and after that it's run some command, and it's going to open up the MySQL database for you. Now that you have started the WAMP, here it gives you some options. Here it shows it in a green color. Now the only thing you have to do is to go to in the browser, and in the browser type localhost http localhost php my admin. And after that you type it, I just copy this because sometimes I didn't know why it gives me error and I didn't connect it. And if you type this, it's already connected with the database. It will guide you to the database. Now if I press enter, here it's leading me to the MySQL database, and here is our MySQL. I gave it no password, and its username is a root. When you are installing WAMP server, it asks you to give a username and a password. If you didn't set the username and password for it, by default it's going to be it's going to be nothing, and its username is going to be root that we passed here. Here you see that I passed the user and the host to localhost because we are working with the offline hosting host, and the username is the root, and the password is to nothing. So This was from the connection with the MySQL work. We will talk about the MySQL, MySQL, MySQL module more. So stay on in the next tutorial. See you. Bye. Now